All right. We are, audio, are we doing? Are we doing? Bum, 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 bum. Make sure my mic is good. All right, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to build out, hopefully, some sort of a tanky rogue. We're gonna find out, right? Always turn off the status text. I don't like that. Oh, I still didn't buy any. Where did I get my throwing weapons from? Because I don't have it right now. How does this look on my phone? I know I can't get the screen. I can't stream it full screen without it skewing the heck out of it because this is such an old client. So let me, there we go. I'm gonna pull it up on my. Let's see how this looks on my phone. Well, it certainly looks interesting, doesn't it? Let me change that. I didn't like the thumbnail. Let's fix that. Let's just fix that. Can't believe I didn't change it. Yeah, it is. It is. So the Sinister Strike is so much cooler. Even the Gouge is interesting, right? The thing is, Gouge is incredibly overpowered. Gouge is insane. Okay, first off, there's really no global cooldown, right? Like no ability has a cooldown. Like if I use Eviscerate, if I use anything I have, right? I think Stealth might be the only one. Like Stealth, you can see does have a cooldown. It's very short. But if I use Gouge, I could just use Gouge over and over again. So basically, you can easily take on 2, maybe even 3 mobs without really worrying about dying, because you basically can keep them stunned the entire time. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a minute. But first, I want to get some throwing weapons. I just got to remember where I bought them from. I don't know where I bought them from. Is it? This guy is trades. Well, let's try the trade spot. He might have it. I don't know if he does. No, he does not. The client feels a little bit laggier than usual. I'm not sure why. It's probably something on my end. It normally doesn't feel quite this kind of clunky, for lack of a better word. Okay. Well, let's go to Stormwind real quick, because we don't want to We don't want to not have our throwing weapons. It's like Skyrim, right? Like everything you do skills up. And the interesting thing too is even if you look at the, can I scroll up here? You can see here your skill and defense is increased to 28. Your skill and stealth, like even if I stealth right here, my stealth skill will probably go up. Your stealth skill has increased. So just like Skyrim, every time you use an ability, it can go up to a certain max. And of course the max is based on your level. But, you know, sword skills go up, defense, stealth, throwing your axe through the air goes, you know, throwing goes up. So everything has a skill. So even stuff like Sinister Strike has a different skill level attached to it as opposed to Eviscerate, believe it or not. It has a different ability associated. So if I go and I stealth, my stealth's probably going to scale up, which it did. Let's de-stealth. So if I go here and I just Sinister Strike, notice you don't see anything really going on. Let's me Eviscerate, and I miss. If you Eviscerate, you lose all your combo points if you miss, right? Missed again, I think. But you can see here how I can keep mobs almost completely locked out of combat without doing any damage to me just by using Gouge, right? So go up to this guy, Gouge. You deflect. But look, watch my damage. Just look at my health at the top of the screen. It's not moving because this guy is CC'd the entire time. Eviscerate. So during that whole fight, he may have hit me maybe twice, like at the very end and then maybe in the very beginning. So Gouge is like ridiculously overpowered, like insanely overpowered. Can you imagine fighting like PvP against somebody and you just gouge them over and over again and they can't do anything? You know, it's like, what? I do have auto run, but auto run's a little funky. So you got to be careful when you're auto running. Sometimes it causes your cursor to disappear if you're. But to get it to come back, you just want to right click on the screen. It's like I'm like, where's my cursor? Where's my cursor? I'm like left clicking. I finally figured out if you just right click on the screen, sometimes it comes back. The other thing is you don't see debuffs and you don't see buffs. So like when you if I were to hit somebody with a bleed, we wouldn't see the bleed debuff on the enemy. So what you have to do is you have to look at this window in the bottom right corner, which shows how much damage you're doing. Same thing like when I increase like my crit rating. It's not always easy to see based on my damage numbers, but I can see down here it'll say, oh, your eviscerate crit. See here it says your eviscerate crits, right? The other thing that's really weird is, well, I don't know if it's really weird, but when you go into talents, I did determine. Yeah, I know. But if you go to talents, they have a lot of weird talents. Like they have evade, right? Evade, which basically increases your defense by 3, and I did grab it just because I want to see if it did increase my defense by 3, and it actually did. But I also checked the percentage of my dodge rating. So I looked at my dodge rating before I learned that, and then after it to see, well, how much does 3 defense actually affect my dodge rating? And it's exactly the same as the 1.12 client, which basically means you need 25 defense points to give yourself a 1%, additional dodge, parry, and block. So defense still, in my opinion, is kind of a crappy ability. When you look at some of these other abilities that are in here, which are like insanely powerful, for example, like melee finesse, increase your chance to critical strike with all melee weapons by 2%. I mean, that's crazy. And then dagger power, increase your chance to score a critical hit with your dagger. So if I just learn those 2 things, I've already increased my dagger crit by 4%, right? And then there's dagger mastery, which increases your attack rating with daggers by 3, which is also incredibly powerful. So if I picked all 3 of those, instantly my daggers are way stronger. But what I'm doing is the total meme build. I'm actually going to be doing a lot of I'm trying to build out some defense into this character, but I also want to build out some damage. So trying to build like a tank type or some sort of an evasion tank with this rogue, and obviously using bucklers because we can use bucklers. What's this quest? Sure, why not? I think there's another quest over here, isn't there? I think it's in here. So we need to get some throwing weapons. Who sells throwing weapons? Not this person, apparently. I think maybe it's in the other shop. Let's do... We can also turn off the nameplates while we're in the city because they're kind of annoying. The nameplates are useful, you know, when you're fighting mobs, but when you're like in a city or where there's not a lot of enemies and you're just going around town and stuff, you can turn those off. Where did I buy my throwing weapons? I think it was General Goods vendor, actually. Yeah, that's what it was. General Goods. Yeah. Oh, the other thing that's really annoying, Reptilian, is you only have one action bar, right? There's no, the only bar you can only keybind the one action bar here, and then all you can do is use keybinds to swap bars to different bars. But the keybinds on the bar is always going to be the same, so we are going to have to basically, like right now I've got a hotkey where I can switch. If I want to eat, I just use Control S and then I hit D. And then I hit not Control S, Shift S, and then Shift A will switch me back to this bar. So Shift S, Shift A, Shift S, Shift A, Shift S, Shift A, and then eventually I'll put my potion on S, right? So if I want to use a potion, I do Shift S, then I hit S, right? And the other thing that's interesting is bandages don't work like you think they would. First aid, when you make bandages, you can't use them. You actually get a skill that's like a spell. And so you put the spell on your bar, but the bandage is the regent that allows you to use the spell. And the spell doesn't give you the effect of the healing until the full cast of the spell finishes. So the full bandage, when it's done doing the full bandage, then all of a sudden you get the health regen. So that's also interesting, you know, for lack of a better word. So grab a couple of these. How much money do I got? Not much. Oh, we do have a bag. Nice. I didn't see that we had actually looted a bag, so... Alright. Let's sell this. We don't need... We're not going to use the boar meat or that. What is this? Okay, let's do these quests really quick. But also, like, the pathing's messed up, so like when you go into caves, if the caves have multiple levels, like if you go into a cave and then the cave winds down below, the mobs that are in the upper level, when you are beneath them, can aggro to you and they will literally go through the floor. So you have to be very careful about where you are in relation to mobs. So, just FYI. Alright, so let's do the wine shop. It's over here, and then we can do the cloth, which I don't really remember what the cloth is. Actually, I think it's over by the rogue trainer. Okay. What? Nice. Who is this guy? Okay, well that's the quest turn-in. Who is that guy? Is that like an old Blizzard developer? Can't tell if you like the band. I can tell you right now, you should not like the bandage mechanic. The mechanic, the way it works in here, is pretty awful. So, super congested. Sorry. So I had a rogue at level 10, and I started over because there's no respecking here. So whatever talents we pick, we're stuck with. The only way to like respec is to roll a new character. And I was kind of playing around with talents, and I picked some I really didn't like, so I went ahead and re-rolled. And getting to level 10 is not exactly quick. You know, you can level to 10 faster in the 1.12 client than you can in this client. So the water's a really weird color. It's almost looks like wine red in the town. If I remember correctly, this quest maybe gets turned in here. If not, it's probably at the tailor shop, and I'm not even going to worry about it because I don't want to run all the way back to the tailor shop. Okay, so I was 100% wrong. So let's hit... I can't remember if I hit the trainer recently. There should be a rogue trainer here. So let's hit the rogue trainer. Alright. And the only... Okay, we got parry. Nice. Oh man, how much money do I have? One, okay. Okay, parry's good. Evasion obviously is really good. And that's going to get me down to 1 copper. Ooh, it would have been nice to learn... Oh, it only takes 2 skill points. So we're going to learn one-handed swords, I think. Okay, cool. Now, I don't think I'm going to learn dual wield just yet, because I don't think I'm going to be dual wield. Now, we can also go to the map, and anywhere you see a red flag on the map... Oops, I clicked on the map. If you left-click on the map, it's going to teleport you. Anywhere you see a red flag, if you click anywhere in these, like, it doesn't even have to be a red flag. If you click anywhere in these zones, it's going to teleport you to the red flags. If I click here, it'll teleport me to Red Ridge. If I click here, it's going to teleport me to Sentinel Hill. So these automatic teleports are in the game. Yes, they flow with wine, yes. Hey, Valst, how's it going? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. These colors are so not good. That's actually not bad. Ooh, shadows. Oh, it was bad? Why was it bad? You know, I saw a wolf trainer. No joke, a character in Gouge. I'll show him to you. And it says wolf trainer. So I wonder if there's specific trainers for specific animals in the world. Why was the hunter bad, though? I'm really curious because I was thinking about playing the hunter maybe next. Hunter's just completely unfinished? Ah, okay. Auto attacking 2 damage. I don't even think I don't even know if the rogue has auto attack. I never bother even like let's see. Okay, yeah, it does have auto attack. 8, and I'm doing. You hit defy. Yeah, 8 damage, 7 damage. But why auto attack when we can completely lock people down with Gouge, right? Gouge is like so overpowered. It's like the most overpowered ability in the game. Because I can basically kill mobs without them even hitting me. Just a bit broken. But when mobs are dropping through ceilings on top of your head, it helps to have a few abilities that are broken. Alright, what do we got? Not a whole lot. What I was going to tell you about is this guy right here. Check this guy out. There's a wolf here, right? It says Dylan Basel's minion. And when you hover over this guy, what does it say? Wolf trainer. So are they thinking of having specific pet trainers in the game? I wonder, you know? All right. No. I've not seen anything particularly weird. I mean, surprisingly, the game runs pretty well. The game's only crashed once for me. I mean, this is a very playable alpha. As far as alpha goes, this is a pretty good one. Like I said, I didn't play Hunter, so the only thing I see weird like this, like the guy coming out of the ground here. So what it is the pathing right now is messed up, where mobs can path through obstacles. So what's happening is this miner is actually in a cave beneath me, and he's actually aggroing to me and coming up through the ground. Yeah, that would be funny if I did break out a CRT monitor. Love the Sinister Strike animation. And then we switch action bars and eat. And then switch back. So right there I swapped action bars to the second action bar to use my food. Got to get used to the idea of swapping action bars because we don't have keybinds but on one bar, so. Oh, thank God they didn't do that. I hate top-down games. Whose ever idea it was at Blizzard to make this a fully 3D game is kudos to them. They are my best friend, one of my best friends, because I hate top-down games. Was it Mark Kern? Oh, was it really? Are you sure? I'm going to restart the client because it's really laggy right now, and I don't know if I just need to restart the world. I'm not sure what's going on. And you can see everything seems a bit like delayed right now. So let's go ahead and restart it. Because it doesn't usually run this bad. No, my wife's texting me. Volker, what's up? How you doing, Volker? Hug time.
Finally some hug time.
All right, so let's exit this. Back. Quit. And let's go to that. We're going to go Control C, terminate. I'm going to terminate the world server, and then we're going to go ahead and stop the database engine. Stop Maria database. I see some errors. It's fine. Oh, I hit start. I hit the wrong thing. That's why. All right, we stopped the database. Now we're going to start the database, and now we're going to start the core. The beep means it's loading. We're loading all the monsters into the world and whatnot, creatures. There's 6,590 spells. There's 1,190 quest templates, 572 spell chains, 37 default profession spells, 1,523 trainer spells. Creatures for map Azeroth, 18,857. That's kind of cool, right? I really need to create shortcuts for these things, but it's all right. Test my massive account. Test. Yeah, I'm running the server local, yeah. It just runs better that way. They had one. I connected to their server they had, but it was in Europe, and it wasn't running well. Yeah, see, it's running much better now. It wasn't running well. It was like I was getting a lot of lag, and other people were like, "Oh, I runs fine for me," and I'm in the United States. I'm like, all I can say is I was connected, and it was not. The performance was not good. There was a lot of like lag spikes and stuff. So I was like, no, thank you. I'll just run it myself. I'm not running it to play with other people. I'm running it to just, if I get to the point where I figure out some really cool builds, and I know Cargos is running a server with Grays, him and Grays and some other people were playing together. I don't know if they started their own, or if they were just running the one that they enable you to log into. Paladins have Holy Strike, which is cool. Kind of like a heroic stripe ability that's delayed, and then I think it's used after your next auto attack. Let's see, we're gonna swap, eat. But yeah, so I tried to set up. I don't know what that noise is. You hear that? I have no idea what that is. There are weird sounds that occur in the game sometimes. Especially, here, let's see. See how it's fading away? There's sounds like sound effects, like when you kill something, like it gets caught in a loop. So like if I do a specific spell or something, sometimes it gets caught in a loop, and it only occurs near the enemy that I was fighting. That's why when I moved away, you heard the sound disappear. If I go back, you can hear it again. See? It's like weird, man. Anyways, I tried to get the server running, and I couldn't get it to work. I don't know why. It just wouldn't start correctly. I went through the video on how to like set up a server so other people could connect to it, and it just didn't work. And I was like, well, whatever. It's like I don't care. I'll let somebody else figure that out. No. Like, why is I had that's the bane of the action bars, right? I had the wrong action bar up, so I wasn't using my abilities. So there I swapped out to my secondary action bar, used my food, then I swapped back to my main action bar. Let's get away from that awful sound. I don't know what it is. Now, see here, another mob came out of the walls. This is going to be interesting. Gouge is OP. Hold on a second. Alright, I gotta help my wife real quick, and then I'll come back. But I think what we can do is we can just reload the client when we get those weird sounds. I haven't had that happen too often, only a couple times, so but it's really annoying that's there. But one of the things that's nice about the add-ons that I have installed is it gives me the option to just reload. So, but we still have that sound, so I wonder if we'd have to restart the client. I don't really know. But anyways, I gotta help my wife with something. I'll be back in a minute. I'll be back. We'll go ahead and quit, and we'll restart the client again when I come back. Yeah, but I haven't really run into that issue too many times. Just a couple times. Alright, I'll be back in a minute, guys. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully that sound is that we were hearing is gone. I'm sure it will be. I think it's related to the corpses that are on the ground. Like when you kill mobs, like some of the audios get stuck, and I think it's related to the corpse. See how the sound is gone now? Alright. Now you gotta be very careful when you go into these caves. First, I always turn off the stupid the status bar text because I can't see the health bar very well with all this freaking text up here. Now we're going to go with a sword build because it says that backstab does not backstab can be performed with a sword or a dagger. So we're going to prioritize a sword build. Okay, so, but we haven't learned how to use swords yet, though. And we get that sound stuck in the loop again. That's so weird, because I wasn't running into this issue that much earlier. But, oh well. Once we get away from that mob, we won't really hear it. Throw our axe, this guy. Throw on a Sinister Strike. Nice crit there. Another Sinister, Eviscerate. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and... Oh, nope. I was gonna throw an axe at that guy, but we aggroed this guy. Okay, we're just gonna run past this guy and get away from that sound effect. Multiple mobs. You can see there's quite a bit of blood in the game. Look at all the blood on the ground. I'm almost dead. I'm almost dead. I'm gonna die. I did not realize there were 3 mobs on me there. I didn't realize there were 3 mobs. Also, I don't think I was fully healed up from the last 2 fights. So that was my bad. That was my bad. Now what we do when you get that is you get the debuff, but I think it was either you, Volst, or Volker. One of you guys told me you just log out. Log back in, and you can get rid of that debuff. So, but the reason I like to go and kill in the cave is because we make really good money. There's really good amount of like loot that drops in there. So, but it might behoove us to maybe get one more level on us before we do that. And there are some quests we can do that we haven't done yet. We haven't done any of the, the love notes and all that, all these silly quests in the starting Elven Forest area, which I think are kind of lame, to be honest. Never been a big fan of the human starting area. I've always liked the Night Elf area a lot better. It's interesting. It says I've joined these channels, but oh yeah. Oh, and apparently I'm the game master. Look, GM. Huh. I don't think... Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. I'm not sure if you were able to even join those channels without installing the add-on that I installed. I'm not sure. And you don't have skinning in this game. You just get skin from killing mobs that, that could have a skin, like a bear or a boar. Right? You'll see that if I kill this mob, you might get a, like a ruined leather scraps or some light leather or something. And you can see here we got ruined leather scraps, right? So skinning doesn't exist in this version of the game, this early build. My other character was level 10, and it doesn't seem like much, but getting to level 10 from level 6 on this client is actually quite a bit of work. It's not easy, and we're talking like Easily like an hour to 2 hours at least. At least. Let me, maybe it's one of my filters. Let's turn off the ones that I turned on and see if the game... Yeah, it definitely runs better. It feels like it's running better now. I think it was one of those filters. This client's so old. It feels a little smoother. Yeah, it definitely feels a little smoother. Let's... I wish it would just always have these collapsed. I wish whenever I went in here, they were always collapsed. What does performance mode do? What does that do? Reload all effects and do more optional. I can perform this. Okay, no, we don't want performance mode. Alright. Don't need. Nope. Nope. I'm stuck on a wheel. I don't know. I'm stuck on something. Oh my god, we're stuck on like a blade. A tail blade or something. Oh, Biff, he charged. I love how there's this little butterfly that keeps flying through the screen. You see that? Okay, let's do okay, leatherworking. And we've got leatherworking. Oh yeah, we didn't put evasion on our bars yet either. That would have came in handy when we died, wouldn't it? Okay, light leather. And we are going to take evasion. Okay, cool, cool.
I don't have a target.
Until you get the next rank of evasion. Like once I get the next rank of evasion, you're not evasion, but I mean eviscerate. Your next rank of eviscerate is actually huge. Like you definitely feel like you do way more damage with eviscerate once you get rank 2. Mountain Dew. Do we not need to talk to this guy yet? Oh, I guess not, huh? Alright. Okay, we do have 4 silver. We're gonna go back into the Cave of Death. Damn, kobolds. Alright, entering the Cave of Death. Nice. Yeah, final boss of Alpha, yeah. I killed Goldtooth on my other rogue. You can see now that we leveled up, all of our abilities are skilling up. What I was trying to tell you about is street fighting is gouge. Like when I gouge, street fighting goes up. But if I eviscerate, I think like assassination, I think goes up. So there's different skills associated with different abilities, right? So if I throw an axe at this guy, obviously that's throwing skill. Oh, and there's another kobold came out of the ceiling. Like gouge, gouge. Gonna gouge one more time. Now we're gonna eviscerate. There, street fighting went up with my gouge, eviscerate, and there, assassination increased, right? So assassination is tied to eviscerate, and street fighting is tied to gouge. We're gonna keep gouging here because we don't want to take any damage. We're gonna keep this guy CC'd the entire time. We're not even gonna do anything but just watch. We're just gonna gouge, and then we'll do a eviscerate here. And it did land. We're going to swap action bars, eat, and then we're going to swap back to our main action bar. Another thing I noticed is scrolls don't always work. Like we've got a scroll that we picked up here, but I don't know how to, if I right click on it, it doesn't do anything. If I target myself, right click on it, it doesn't do anything. If I double click on it, it doesn't do anything. So scrolls definitely don't seem to be working. Alright, here they come. They're coming through the ceiling. 2 more kobold miners came right through the ceiling. But I'm getting OP already, man. You're not going to take me down. Sinister strike. Sinister strike. Eviscerate. Dodge. I would say probably one of the worst things about Eviscerate, though, is if you miss, you lose all your combo points. So that really sucks, you know, because you miss a lot. If there was like an ability that increased my hit rating. Actually, there is. There is an ability that increases your hit rating. There's weapon skill rating. So once we learn swords, what we're going to do is we're going to specialize into swords. We'll specialize into sword. We'll go into here, right? We'll go into swords. And we'll go into sword. Oh, did I learn swords already? I guess I did. I didn't think I had. We'll learn sword mastery, which increases your attack rating with swords by 3, which should, in effect, be like hit rating. We'll grab sword finesse, which increases our chance. Oh, it increases your chance to parry by 2%. That's epic. That is really good. That's really good. And then sword power is crit, right? So we're going to increase our crit chance by 2%, our parry by 2%, our skill rating. Woo, we're going to be the sword master. I'm not going to put anything to buckler skill because it only increases armor, and it's only like by 5, which I think is total garbage, so we're not going to play around with buckler rating, I don't think. Not initially. The biggest reason we're in here is we need money. We need money, we need more bags, so this is a great way to make money, is coming in here. I think I can pull. I think if you hit a mob, now I did pull both. Sometimes you can pull without getting both, but that's right, we're good. You don't take candle! I take your candle, just like I take your life. Alright. Nice. Let's crack open a Coca-Cola, because we're gonna need it. The grind is real. The Friends and Family Alpha. Let's rock and roll. We're just stealthing because it raises our stealth skill. So we want to keep our stealth skill topped off if we need to sneak out of areas that are dangerous. That's an instance there where the cursor disappeared, and when that happens, you just want to right click on the screen. Okay, we got light leather and some frayed bracers. I don't think I have any bracers. Oh, I do. 3 armor. Yeah, I think these are 1 here. Alright. Stealth, just to increase our stealth skill. Done. Done. Don't really need to kill it. We don't have the quest for him yet. Golden Tooth. we're gonna head out of here. We can. We got mobs coming through the floors, mobs coming through the ceilings. Oh shit. You know, take candle. Oh yeah, you can, yep.
They're not my enemy.
Man, the Cave of Death is living up to its name. We're gonna have to keep them locked down with the OP Gouge. I can't even take a drink of my Coke. Jesus. Can I get a drink, please? Alright, I'm gonna get a drink. Oh, okay, fine. Don't let me get a drink. Jeez. I'm kind of thirsty here. Fuck it, I'm getting a drink. Fuck you. Ah, Coca-Cola. Damn right. Now we're eating. Just using the gouge method? Yeah. You can gouge and backstab too if you want. I was using that earlier until I realized that, oh my god, I can just gouge over and over again. Well, I changed the max level, so I should be able to level to 60. Maybe I can even level higher if I change the level. I changed the level to 60 as max. We'll see. I don't know how high the mob levels go, but I definitely know there was mobs in... I can't remember where I went. I went to one of the higher level zones and there were mobs there, so we'll see. But if I get level to 60, I definitely would do it. You know, I would totally do it. Just so we get more skill points, you know? Well, we get, at level 10, we get Slice and Dice, I think, so... And Slice and Dice is the same type of... It does what you would expect, but you don't see the buff. You don't see buffs in this game. So we'll get the increased attack speed, but you won't see it on the character. But it is faster. I mean, definitely faster. So once we get Slice and Dice, that'll help a ton. Hey, yeah, we're grinding the kobolds, man. Digital, thank you for your video, man. That video got me going. I did a little bit of trouble trying to get the server to set up with my IP so that other people could, so that I could host it. I can't remember what the error was, but I had some issues with that, so I just said, ah, screw it. Because, I mean, honestly, I'm fine with just playing by myself and figuring out the builds, but if I want to play with other people, I'll probably hook up with Cargos and those guys, because they've already been playing together, I think. I played on their server in Europe, but it was a little too laggy. Yeah, I couldn't get it out to the outside world correctly. I don't know if I had to go through my firewall or what. And honestly, I just didn't have the patience for it because it really didn't matter. Oh, they're coming through the ceilings. Because I'm just trying to play it so I can try out some of these builds. See what I can do with like the tank rogue build and different things. So it was more for my own edification. I play mostly by myself. I don't play with a lot of other people very often. I don't get along with other people very well. The people that are watching my stream now can attest to that. You know, they can attest to that. It's cool. No, I love it. It's fantastic. I mean, we're WoW Andes. You know, me and Cargos and some of these guys, we love World of Warcraft vanilla. You know, we're vanilla Andes. You know, so this is kind of right up our alley. Someone messaged me from the Discord for the Alpha Server project, said, hey, you can turn on gamer mode and be like invincible. I'm like, why would I want to do that? Like, you know, I want to get killed. I want it to be difficult. I want to die. That's the whole point. That's why we play hardcore, man. You know, a lot of us, we play hardcore WoW a ton, you know. I mean, I'll probably do a leveling series on this. I turned the level up to 60. I'm not sure if I can actually get to 60 because I don't know. Do you know, Digital, how high the mobs are in the world? Like, what's the highest level mobs? I mean, I know you can port around and check. Oh, well, they got more coming through the ceiling. But if I could level to 60, I definitely would. Yeah, I don't use any GM stuff. Yeah, it's kind of silly. Defeats the purpose, right? Although I do use the port, which because that's kind of saves time. But like, you know, I'll go if I want to go to Storm right now, I could just port, you know, Stormwind, which that I think is kind of nice, but. More because, you know, I played this game. I'm an original 2004 beta player. I played WoW in beta when it, you know, before it was released. I was one of the, you know, people that was lucky enough to get into the WoW beta back in 2004 or 2000. I think it was 2004, yeah. On Doomhammer. I was on Doomhammer as a beta player. So I've been playing WoW for a long time. Well, if the mobs are lower 30, you could still get at least probably 5 levels higher. So let's say there's a level 32 mob. That would mean we could still possibly get to like level 37. You know? Yeah, but nobody recorded that stuff back then. Didn't even know how. I mean, honestly, I didn't even know how to record stuff back in. I mean, maybe I did. I don't know if it would have been Fraps. It probably would have been Fraps at that time, but you know. But check it out, I have to swap like action bars and shit. Like right there, I swapped my action bar to eat and then swap back to my main action bar because we only have keybinds on one bar. All right, so let's try to turn in some of these quests. I can show you something though. You want to see something pretty cool? Here, check this out. Let's see. Here you go. This is an original screenshot from 2005. So this screenshot is of Doomhammer, which is the server I played beta on. And this is my characters in 2005 on this server. I had a 5500, I had a 22 priest. First character I ever created in World of Warcraft, once the retail came out, was this one with nature. That was the very first character I ever created in World of Warcraft. And yeah, this is an original screenshot. And I have tons of screenshots. Like these are all like, I mean, you can see like this was a beta. This was a 2005. Remember when the griffins used to get bugged out in Daenerys? And you'd go to like griffin paths. They'd all be like sitting here flying. I don't. This is during Halloween, I guess. There's my hunter in Molten Core in 2000, probably 2005, 2006, with the full Bloodlust gear on, I think. Here was my hunter grinding encrypted Twilight texts. in Silithus, and I took the screenshot just because my weapons were bugged out. So in my left hand, I was swinging my bow as a wheelie weapon for some reason. So there was a lot of bugs that were even back in the game, back in vanilla, you know. Here's a later version of my screenshot on Doomhammer. 60 Hunter, 60 Priest, 60 Warrior. And it was so far back we didn't have dual specs, so I would actually create new characters to try different builds. So I had a 60 Protection Warrior right here, and I was leveling a Fury Warrior called Embrace Death. So level 40 Fury Warrior. And then I had a Mage Paladin. Here's a Hunter. So this was a Survival Hunter. Like level 16 Survival Hunter, and then I had level 60, I think, Beast Mastery Hunter. And then I don't know what his rest, but anyways, yeah, you can just see some old screenshots, man. Oh, was the shoulder armor size glitch? Yeah, there were so many bugs. I don't even remember them all. I took this screenshot. You can just tell by the size of the images, right? I took this screenshot in LBRS just because 2 Dreadmist bracers dropped at once, which was cool back then. This was like, you know, these things didn't happen that often, right? You know, here's me leveling my second warrior. You know, look at, oh, I had 27 gold. That's actually pretty decent back then. You know, here I was, apparently in Searing Gorge, fighting in a dress for some weird reason, just because I wanted to, felt like it, tanking Molt Core. Here's another earlier screenshot, Doomhammer. This is a funny screenshot. This is me and my brother. This is my brother and his rogue, and this is me on my hunter. Used to play WoW with my brother quite a bit. Yeah, there's the full Bloodlust armor. Back when we didn't know anything. We didn't know the game. We didn't know what was good. Here's me solo taming Bite rank 8, right? So I actually went through, which is pretty tough to do, by the way. Going into LBRS to actually tame a Blood X Warg to get Bite rank 8 for your pet. Not the easiest thing to do. I successfully navigated that. That was fun. So yeah, these are just old screenshots. You just not know? Yeah, you didn't know. Like back then, we didn't know what was the best. We didn't have it all figured out and all the min-max and all that, you know. And that's why I enjoy playing something like this, because it's not figured out. I don't know. Like when I look at these, when I look at these talents, I'm like, I don't know what the best thing is. I mean, I have a good idea because I've played this game forever. You know, like when I look at, for example, when I was looking at like toughness, for example, oh, increase your armor by 5. I mean, to me that seems like garbage. I mean, 5 armor is nothing, right? Especially like, you know, later on when you end up with like, you know, 2,000 armor or something, you know, what's 5 armor going to do? You know what I mean? And then once I figured out I could gouge over and over again and the mob basically can't even hit me, I'm like, oh, this is overpowered, you know. But these are all the cool little things, you know, you're finding out on a client that I really haven't played before, you know. Still a little laggy. The mouse movement's laggy, but if I make it faster, it's... Since the screen's so small, if I make the mouse cursor move faster, it'll go off the screen too much. And once it goes off the screen, we lose the ability to right-click and rotate. One of my biggest complaints with World of Warcraft has always been the fact that I have to right-click and rotate the screen. I don't know why they didn't implement mouse look at some point. I mean, come on. Almost every MMO, especially any Korean MMO, is going to have mouse look, so... Oh, on the archived image on the upright has a massive compilation of development screenshots. Really? Where did they even find this? Where did they even find this? The code for this, I wonder. I wonder where they even found the code for this. I mean, who leaked a friends and family build? And it probably was just some family member sitting around one day and found it. You know, said, "Oh, I got this old code." Wasn't it? Wait. Didn't someone Didn't someone on the Discord today just say they had killed like 1 million mobs trying to get the Swiftness potion and I got it? At level... After just killing for like 20 minutes on kobolds. I could have sworn I saw that in the Discord earlier. Yeah. Wouldn't that be funny if that's what happened? Yeah, I'd be curious to know how they got it. Yeah. I wish we could unlock the camera. See how like when I rotate the camera and it always snaps back? Is there any way we can unlock the camera? Because that is really annoying. Like I really wish we could unlock the camera. Maybe someone has a way to do it. I don't know. That would be really nice. So they tried to figure it all out by screenshots and shit? The Alpha Project and the V-Mangos pieced everything together from all the screenshots and videos to try to make it as looks-like as they can. Yeah. The one thing that I always laughed about is when they started talking about making classic WoW for the first time, and the developers at Blizzard they actually said, oh, we don't know if we even have the code anymore. And I'm like, I'm a developer, right? I mean, I write code for a living. I've been writing code since I was in high school, and God, when was that? I graduated high school in, in 88. So first time I started writing code, it was like in 80, probably like 83, 84, 82 maybe. Writing code on the Commodore 64, you know what I mean? I mean, there's no way, like, if you're a company making a game that's as popular as World of Warcraft, there's no way you wouldn't have the code. There's no way you wouldn't have the code. Like, we all have the code. Like, all the code I've written, even when we didn't have GitHub, when we didn't have the internet, we had our code. You know, whether it was on a zip disk, whether it was on a floppy disk, we had the code. So for Blizzard to sit there and say, "Oh, we don't have the code," I mean, that was such. I wish I was like at BlizzCon and said, "Really, you don't have the code? You're like that stupid? You really think that we believe that?" Or honestly, if you don't have the code, you're that negligent. Like, you're really that negligent with your code base. I'm like, are you fucking that stupid? Come on. Not to mention, WoW probably will go down. I mean, it's got to go down as one of the greatest games ever created. When you look at the history of World of Warcraft, it is probably one of the most played games. It's definitely in the top 10 most played video games in the history of video games, probably. So to sit there and say you're not going to keep the code? Why? This is a piece of gaming history. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Well, the fact that they believed retail was so awesome and didn't understand the lure of vanilla shows some, again shows some straight up ignorance. You know, I just understand it. You know, like I don't get it. Like you don't know your player base. You know, I'm always amazed by that. You know, like how these gaming companies just don't know their player base. You know. Ooh, my inventory's a mess.
I can't carry that.
Yes, I see that. Yeah, can't see the forest. The trees, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. It blows my mind. That's all I gotta say. No, on the Mac. We believe it did exist, but nowhere to be found. Really? Oh, wow. Huh. Linux version? Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, man, it's just... It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe where WoW is now. When you think about the state of World of Warcraft right now. You know, and like... You know, me and the guys who watch my stream, and Cargos, the other, you know, YouTuber who's a big fan of Vanilla WoW, who streams Vanilla WoW, who's got well over 100,000 subs on his YouTube channel, and he's got a ton of people that watch him on Twitch. You know, we've all been... He's a big cheerleader for Vanilla WoW. I mean, we all look at retail and we just shake our heads. We just don't understand the ignorance that Blizzard just seems to continually like show. Like, I looked at like some beta gameplay. I think it was that Viking-looking streamer. I can't remember. I always call him Viking-looking. I can't remember his name. He's got a beard, and he was streaming the beta of the War Within or whatever. And I only had to watch like 6 minutes of it to be like, this is god awful. I mean, it was basically, you know, it's just rinse and repeat. There's absolutely nothing in the beta that was any way different than the beta for the Dragon expansion or Shadowland expansion. I mean, it's just go do the same boring quests. You know, the story was boring. Run here, kill some stuff. Run there, kill. I mean, it's so uninspired. You know, they threw in the towel on Linux. Well, the one thing that was very clear with the game was that, you know, they ran out of time. You know, they definitely ran out of time. You know, like, I mean, the Barons were basically them trying to finish out the Horde zones. And it was very obvious that they did probably the humans and definitely the Night Elves first. Just like they did and actually this client really demonstrates that, right? Yeah, Vanilla's just well, it's just the pacing of it's what's so good. The pacing of it, the way the zones are put together in a way that you can't go, they're not perfectly linear, which is good. There's like certain zones that are linear, that like if you're in like a Night Elf and you start off and you go through the beginning Nightfall area, then you move through the Dolinar area, and then then you move into Darnassus, and then you move on to Darkshore. It is kind of linear, but it doesn't have to be. You don't have to stay there. You can certainly leave and go somewhere else. In fact, when I level human characters, I almost always get to level 8 and go straight to Dolinar and level. That's what I do in Vanilla. I hate leveling past level 8. You know, plus there's kind of a little bit of a gap at level 8 in the human area where you're kind of like, well, do I want to go kill some Murlocs that are level 10? You know, over by the Eastvale Uncamp, and kind of struggle through that, or do I want to go to Dolinar where the quests, mobs a little bit lower level, and I can just fly through those? And there's a lot more quests that are kind of grouped together in that area. So you don't. That's one of the best things about Vanilla WoW is you don't have to do it. You can do it any way you want. It's very wide open. You have a lot of freedom. Just like Diablo 2. I played Diablo 2, but nah, I never had that feeling about Diablo 2. I liked Diablo 1. When I played Diablo 2, I thought it was okay, but I didn't feel like it was like a masterpiece or anything. But it is also a top-down game, and I'm not a big fan of isometric games. It was funny because when I played Diablo, the first Diablo, I loved it. And I don't know what happened, but at some point in time it probably was when I played World of Warcraft and Lineage 2, I just got to the point where I was like, I couldn't deal with top-down games. Like, even when I played, like, Lost Ark and stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, it's a great game, but it's top-down. I can't do it, man. Play, like, Divinity Original Sin 2, and I'm like, great game. I think the only game that I really kind of did lately that was kind of top-down was Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 gave you a little bit more, there was a lot more freedom with the camera, so it was top-down, but it wasn't. There was a lot of more freedom with the camera. So it was a lot better. It's amazing. This client, though, it's harder to level 10 on this than it is,
My target is out of
Oh yeah, dude, I love Rift. I got Rift installed right now on my Steam. I can fire it up right now. I heard they're shutting down one of the European servers for Rift. and they're going to be merging some of the Rifts. So I'm just amazed Rift is still up and running. I can't believe it's still going. I actually was going to start streaming some Rift last week, but I decided not to. Mostly because I was leveling up a Protection Paladin on the DV Delight server with the kind of fresh event we got going on there. Oh, so do I. I mean, dude, vanilla version of Terra, dude. Terra, like, you want to talk about good MMOs? Terra in its state in the beta. Like, Terra went through like closed beta 1, closed beta. I think Terra had 3 closed beta and 1 open beta. I was in every one of those. Terra was an amazing MMO when it came out because it was scaled a lot differently. Like the dungeons and stuff were actually challenging. They were like mobs, just regular packs of mobs in Terra dungeons. That one of them did like this belly flop maneuver where you just kind of jump up in the air and land on you. It would take off like 40% of your health, and he was just a regular pack of mobs. You know, wasn't a boss. You know, and but Terra in its initial state, first week of Terra was fantastic. Rift, same thing. Rift when it first came out, vanilla Rift is great. There's so many games that are like that though. But Black Desert. BDO, vanilla BDO, day 1 was awesome because you couldn't, like, you can go to BDO right now, create a character and level to like 60 in like a day. Like, you could not do that in the original BDO. It would take, I mean, you could still level fast. It wasn't slow, but it might take you like a week to level to like 60 or probably 55. But so it was more fun. There was a lot more grind to it. You had to grind through, and so what was good about this is it forces you to play with other people because you would get together with people and grind together. And that's the thing that these MMO makers never seem to understand, or they just don't care about, is that the more challenging the content, usually the more fun it is, right? With risk comes reward, right? It's like, I always make this analogy, like when a doctor goes through, or like a lawyer goes through the bar exam or something, or a doctor has to go through like years and years of medical training, and he has to go through like an intern and all this stuff. When they finally make it, it's amazing. It's like a great achievement. Part of the reason it was such a great achievement is because of all the shit they had to go through to get there. You know, MMOs should be the same way. It shouldn't be easy. It should be difficult. Everything should be difficult. When I played Lineage 2, and I like walked into the School of the Dark Arts, and I like walked down a staircase, and I aggroed 3 skeletons. They start roaming at me. I'm shitting my pants. I'm like, these guys are going to kill me. And not only that, but I'm going to turn around and run up the stairs, and those things chase you halfway across the damn continent. Like, the reset on mobs in Lineage 2 was insane. Like, I'd have to run from here all the way to like Sentinel Hill before the damn mobs reset, you know, maybe even further. But these MMO makers don't seem to understand that, you know. I think they're always talking. I think they try to value people's times, and they try to get everybody involved, like try to make it so that, you know, every type of player can play. But you shouldn't do that. An MMO, really any video game, should have a specific set of people that they're targeting. They need to have a player base that they are targeting. They need to have a specific set of rules and of roles. And, you know, my brain's not thinking right. It's not working right now. I'm trying to think what I normally say here, but there has to be a specific set of tenets. That's what I was trying to think of. You have certain tenets for your game that you're trying to achieve, right? Certain goals, and those goals reflect not only what you're trying to accomplish, but it really reflects who your audience is, who you're targeting. And every game should have that. And a lot of MMOs start off and they kind of have it, sort of, but they lose it. They just lose it. And they lose it a lot of times because people that come into and play the game aren't the people that their game was targeted for. But then in their greed, because let's not lie about this, it usually comes down to greed. In their greed to make more money, they change their game to appeal to these other people that are coming in saying, you know what, for example, Terra. People playing together, oh, this is too difficult. I keep dying. I can't kill these big-ass monsters, the BAMs. They're too hard. So what do? Within 3 months of the game being launched, they start scaling down the difficulty across the board. Across the fucking board. Making the game into a Care Bear game. It sucked. Like, the game was challenging. And then all of a sudden, within 3 months of the game being out, the challenge wasn't there anymore. It wasn't like what it was. And that was greed. That was them trying to get more people to come in and play the game that really isn't what their target player base should have been. And I see this all the time in MMOs, and it just pisses me off. Yeah, I never got a chance. I played Final Fantasy On and off a couple years ago, and I'd never played it before. So like when 2.0 came out, I didn't play it initially. So the first time I ever played Final Fantasy was probably like, I don't know, like 3 years ago, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 3 years ago. I mean, we could probably look on my channel and find it, you know. I don't know if it'll even come up there. That was 2021. Yeah, so you can see that was probably the first time I played it. Was in 2021, you know. And I leveled a paladin to like 50 maybe? Terror Warrior taking 9 years ago. But yeah. The problem I had with Final Fantasy is that now a lot of this is I think is vanilla Final Fantasy, and a lot of this is because Final Fantasy was originally created I think to run on PlayStation 1, I believe, if I remember correctly. So they didn't have the memory capacity to really make the zones the way they wanted. But the problem with Final Fantasy is it feels like all the zones are just little underground caverns. And what I mean by that is everything's all the pathways through the zones are like almost like caves because they're so narrow. Like where you're walking through is very narrow. Even though it's outside, it's kind of like how Lost Ark is. It's kind of like how like the new Diablo game is. You know, like all these areas you're in or outdoor areas are really small and they're not very wide. Like I can't like in WoW here. I mean, I can just start walking this direction and I can go a long way, right, before I run into anything that's going to stop me. But in Final Fantasy, I couldn't really do that. In the vanilla zones, if I was here in Final Fantasy and I walked this direction, I'm going to run into something pretty fast. And yeah, I don't like that, you know. Yeah, it felt like tunnels, exactly. I was liken it to like when I used to play Dungeons and Dragons in high school when I was a kid, and I'd make these underground, you know, caves, and that's what they look like. They look like the Final Fantasy maps, you know, zones. It's funny, even though this is like my local client, I still, for whatever reason, when I'm running through the maps, I still feel like I'm going to see another player. Like, you know, I still feel like I'll see, or if I see a chest, I'm like, oh, I better go run to that chest before another player gets to it. There's no other players in this server but me. You know, there's no sneaky ghost waiting around the corner. Noobus, come on, girl.
That's not
My cat's under the desk here making noises. I think she's congested. I think she's got a cold. Yeah, I'm always expecting like I'll see somebody, you know. It feels a little laggier than it did yesterday, but it's probably isn't. The creepypasta, yeah, exactly. Creepypasta vibes. It's like, oh man, let's see. Don't need. No, it's a quest item. Don't need. Wait, is this a? Okay, it's a love letter. But it's so cool that we don't have like quest helpers or anything. Like if I go to the map, I don't see anything that tells me where I'm supposed to go. It's great, man. Ooh, what level is this guy? Ooh, level 9. Shit, it's a good thing I've got the OP Gouge to save the day. Oof. He hits hard. Miss. Miss. Yeah. My dog always does that. When I walk my dog at night and it's pitch black outside, and I'm walking down the road, he always looks off into the distance, like he always stops and looks like he sees something. Like, he'll stop and stare at a tree, and I'm like, what do you see, buddy? Is there like a, you know, a demon behind the tree? He does that every time at night. It always freaks me out. Like, you know, what do you see? Come on now. Oh yeah, so that's stockades and SFK don't have the proper pathing. So I heard Dead Mines does though, right? Someone said I think Dead Mines. I think it was you, right? Who said the Dead Mines might have the proper pathing. Dead Mines is good. Yeah, my goal is to see how high I can get. Like, you know, what is the highest level mobs on the server, and obviously we'll grind those guys until we can't get any more XP out of them. You know, like. I've gotten a lot fewer bags this time. Like last time, I was getting bag drops like crazy, and now I'm not. But we just need to get some money so we can get a sword. We have enough money now. We're gonna go grab a sword, then we're gonna start skilling up sword skills, and then we'll start probably taking these mobs down really fast.
I need a target.
So let's do that. Let's go grab a sword. All right, we should at least get to level 8 though. We're almost there. Man, I can't land a blow on this guy. Finally. Gouge, backstab, gouge, backstab. Alright. Alright, we're gonna go into the suicide cave, the killer cave, cave of death. Oh, I see my character's animation got bugged there.
That's not attackable.
Oh, since the team went through. Oh, really? That's cool. That's cool. Well, I know there's more people that want to play. You know, now that you've got. When Cargos was streaming it, you know, the other day, that's how I first found about it, about 3 days ago. And there's enough people that watch his streams that's going to give a lot of exposure to this server. You know. I mean, it would be cool if you could get this, all the systems and talents that are in this system to run on the 1.12 client or something, or a client that's a little bit more smooth. Maybe that would be cool. Because I think the biggest appeal to this, well, really the biggest appeal to this client is the talents are completely different, and the abilities, all the abilities are different. So it's like a different game. So that's the appeal for me, is I want to build out different. Because I always knew that bucklers and that the rogue tank and the priest tank were part of the original. You know, I'd heard that from original WoW devs, so I knew that was part of earlier builds of WoW, but I'd never seen it before. You know what I mean? Oh, was it Mad Season? I think I didn't see the video, but I think I saw the link to it come up on my feed. Um, but yeah, I always knew that the buckler existed for rogues initially, and I knew that they were going to have a tank spec, and that priests like really inner fire and powered shield and that kind of stuff. I knew that priests actually were supposed to have a tank spec. I don't know if they have it here. Like I haven't leveled a priest here. I think I created one, but I haven't really. Hey, let me see if we can look at it. I think I've got a priest here. How they handle packets. Oh, no, it's a paladin. So, yeah, I didn't think I'd created a priest yet. Here they come. It's 3-on-1. 4-on-1. Pop an evasion. I can't use that ability when I pacified. Why am I pacified? Okay, we're running. Why am I? Does evasion make me pacified? Okay, we're dead. We're dead, man. Shit. That was weird. Why did it say pacified? That was strange. Oh, to compare us to 1.12? Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't attack there. It wouldn't let me attack. Said I was pacified. I'm just wondering if that's... Why doesn't he want this item? Oh, is it a quest? That's a quest item. Yeah, well, I'll have to try that. I'll have to try evasion again to see if that's a bug. Because that's obviously a big bug if you can't even use evasion, you know? Yeah, let me log out so we can get rid of the res sickness. If you log out, someone else told me that. I think it might have been Volker or somebody. It'll clear off the res sickness, which is nice. Okay, let's turn off the nameplates while we're in town, because that's always kind of annoying. Okay, let's get our position here. We're going to switch to our other bar, and we're going to drag first aid down here. Okay. I haven't seen like too many. I mean, obviously the gouge is an issue, but it's an issue that actually helps me. The fact that I can just gouge nonstop over and over again, and as long as the gouge lands, my enemy is completely like incapacitated. So it's ridiculously overpowered. But the way the server is right now, I'm not complaining too much, because you saw like how I went into the cave there and three kobolds came through the ceiling. So the one fight turned into 4, and when I popped evasion, then I couldn't do anything. It said you're pacified. So I was like, okay. I can take out 3 mobs, no problem. If evasion worked the way I would have expected it to work, I probably could have taken out 4. If you could get this client, if you could get rid of the bugs on this client, what would really make this client shine would people would do hardcore. Like Cargos and me, we would do hardcore leveling series where we try to level all the way through without dying once, you know, and that would be cool, because it is a completely different game. With the talent system the way it is, there's this... The cool thing about MMOs in general, and the reason Rift was such a great game, and Rift, in my opinion, has the best talent system of any MMO, like hands down. Rift is the best. When it comes to talent systems, Rift, in my opinion, is the best. And what really is appealing for most people in MMOs is building out your character, like, and having a variety in the way you build out your character. That's what's fun, you know? I mean, and that's why Blizzard fucked up so many times, like where they went to, you know, like Cataclysm, and they said, oh, you have to have like 31 talent points in one tree before you could even go into another tree. Well, that's stupid. Or when they went to Mist of Pandaria, and they completely changed the talent system, and instead of having the talent trees with talent points, they just said, oh, you get like at this level, you get like 3 skills to pick from, and at this level you get like 3 skills to pick from, you know? Stupid, right? Just so dumb. So again, it's just the ignorance, not knowing your audience. It just blows my mind. Like, how can you? It's like season of discovery, which I hate season of discovery, but you know how they implemented some of the abilities and how they worked were just, again, showed their lack of understanding. You know, same thing with even like Turtle WoW, like how Turtle WoW tried to implement Melee Hunter. You know, it's just clear that you don't really understand what a Melee Hunter really is. You don't really understand how someone who wants to play a Melee Hunter probably will play a Melee Hunter. You know, and that comes from playing the game. You know, there's making a game, and then there's actually playing the game. You know, you need people that to play the game and understand it, to work hand in hand with the people that develop. In fact, that's why, you know, that's why Vanilla WoW was so good, because the people that created it were actually playing it, you know. Nothing? Really? Is my leather working that low? What is my leather working? It is 11. I thought at 10 I would have learned something, but I guess not. Okay. Be that way. Yeah, I mean, you mean the... I didn't plan the event, but I know which one you mean. Yeah, when they did the here, and like if you go to, let's see. Yeah, if you go to the hardcore, they had those events. I don't know if that stuff will still be there. Do they still have it? They probably don't. No. Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with what you're talking about. When Cargos really put together most of that stuff. You know, Cargos and those guys from the Classic WoW hardcore community. You know? Ooh, this is a big one. Eviscerate rank 2 makes a huge difference. Okay, we definitely want... we have swords already. Okay, we're just going to go with that for now. It does skill them up automatically, which is interesting. See, it says rank 2, rank 2. I'm not sure that works that way. I'm not sure Classic WoW in 1.12 automatically skilled those up or not. It might have. Alright. Okay. Here's the footman's sword. Let's grab the sword. Alright. And we also need to go to our first aid here. Right? So this is really weird. Okay, and where do I just remember where I put it? My other character. I think I put on F. F for first aid. Oh, you have the need to be the completionist? I'm not a fast leveler. I mean, I can level fast, but if I level fast, I have to not stream. Because when I stream, I talk too much and get distracted too easily. If I'm just like leveling, and they use the add-ons too, and I don't use the add-on. I dislike the I dislike an add-on that tells me to go point A to point B. I don't like that. I like to be able to just do whatever I want. And I'm pretty like when I level, I don't always level the same way. You know, like sometimes I'll go to a zone, do like some of the quests, and maybe the next time I level a character, I won't even go to that zone. I'll go to a different zone. So I don't always level the same way. It just depends on what I'm feeling. And I like to, and I've played WoW so long that I really dislike quests, especially since I've done them all, you know? So a lot of times when I'm leveling, I just would rather do dungeons or just, you know, go grind mobs for like 5 hours, you know, so. Okay, so we got the sword. And what we're going to do is we're going to equip our sword. I'm going to... Well, the moving stuff around with this mouse is so, like, inaccurate. It's not... It's kind of hard to do, actually. Let's see, we don't want this. Alright. Do we want to upgrade our offhand buckler? We probably should. How much money do we have? We'll go ahead and upgrade that. It looks better anyway. It's not ugly like this other one. Yeah, I don't like the leveling add-on, the rested XP, whatever. Oh, I didn't know that Joanna. I didn't even know it was he. I always thought it was a woman. It says, oh wow, this is recently too. It says Paul, aka Joanna, passed away on Monday. This is from May 1st, 2024. You probably know from his speedrunning guys that were so helpful in leveling in Classic. His sister put out a message on TikTok and on Discord server confirming this. She also asked that we put a word out to anyone who might know. Furious Paul was actually on the Blizzard forums as well. Yeah, that is sad news. Yeah. I never used any of his guides, but I was always aware of them. Alright, so we finally got a sword. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna really bump up our sword here. We're gonna go with sword power. It's gonna increase our chance to score a critical hit, right? We're also gonna go with sword mastery, which is gonna increase our attack rating by 3, which should basically be like hit rating. Ooh, it's expensive though, 25. Wow. Oh, but before we do that, let's go with... We'll eventually we'll go with sword mastery first. Next time we're gonna pick up the one-handed. We want to grab the parry as well. So we're gonna go with sword mastery, and then we'll save those talent points for the next. Keep doing that, the wrong action bar up.
I have nothing to attack.
Okay, so we gotta level up our sword skill. Sword skill 9. Sword skill 10. Okay, our dodge is currently only 12.8. Chance to lock 9.59. So we are going to build out more of a defensive character here. I went with some stuff to increase my proficiency with my sword, but we're definitely going to go into a lot of defensive stats. I don't think I can't imagine shield defense is any good. I mean, 5 armor is nothing. So this seems like a total waste of 10 talent points. Now the health regeneration rate sounds cool on the surface, but I think you'd have to put a lot of talent points because it only gives you like 6 or 7 every minute, which is really weak. Yeah, like here, for example, restore 6 health per minute. Well, that's not good at all. If it was like 6 health per maybe 15 seconds, that might be decent. But, a minute, that's just not worth it. Stealth detection, don't need it. Increase your defense by 1? No, this isn't going to be any good either. You need 25 defense just to get 1%, so 1's not going to do much for us. Now, evade increase your defense by 3. That's actually not too bad, but not worth getting right away. Now dodge is actually the tooltip's wrong. It doesn't increase your dodge by 3%. It only increases it by 1%. Oh, this is interesting. Increase your chance to dodge by 3%. If you hover over it, it says increase your chance to dodge by 1%. But in actuality, what it does is increase your dodge by, this says 2%, sorry, by 1%. So that's funny. But still, 1% is huge. Look at it this way. These 15 talent points increase your dodge by 1%. This one here, that takes 15, which increases your defense by 3, only increases your dodge by, like, what is it? 0.12% maybe? You know? 0.12? So, you know, it's like, it's just awful. Toughness, increase your armor by 5. Again, just that's underwhelming. I mean, this should be like, it should be a percentage. Like, these should be percentages, not numbers. Like, it should be like increases your armor by like, you know, like 2% or something. You know, and then same thing with shield defense. Actually, shield defense, what I would say is increases your block rating by, you know, by like 5 or something. That would be a lot better, you know. But, you know, I have a lot more experience in World of Warcraft than the devs did when they created this. So, or, you know what I mean? Can you imagine? This was like 2003 before the game even came out. So... yeah. It probably, I'm sure a lot of it was like, oh, we'll just put this in for now, but we know you know, we have to change it at some point, or we're gonna do something with it, you know. I cannot believe I haven't gotten more bags, man. Last time by level 8, I think I had like gotten like 6 or 7 or 8 bag drops. RNG at its finest. Can't remember if I need to. Oh, Jot Stats. I'm not familiar with that book. John Stats? Is it this one? A Journal of Computer Game Development, 2nd edition? Ooh. It's not exactly cheap, 40 bucks. Yeah, maybe I'll check that out. I don't really want to pay 40 bucks for it, though. I'll have to see if we can find a used one. You backed it on Kickstarter? Cool. Well, they definitely were behind, and they were getting pressured to put it out, right? You know, they weren't... When the game was put out, it wasn't really, you know, it wasn't finished. Like, you could tell, like the Night Elves and the Undead were definitely done earlier, you know, earlier on. Like, when you... And actually, this alpha actually really showcases that, right? Like, if you go to create character here, and you look... I mean, look at how finished the Night Elves look. Like, the models look a lot better. Why is, like, the client seems to be really lagging right now, and I'm not sure why. Like, normally I thought the character, like, turned much faster than this. But if you look at, like, for example, the Tauren, they don't really look like they were done. If you look at the troll, same thing. The troll look awful. But then you look at the undead, and it looks really good. It looks pretty much like it does in the 1.12 client. If you look at the night elf, same thing. You know, looks really good. You know. Yeah, the troll female is just absolutely hilarious. The troll female is so bad. Look at this thing. What the F? Look at this monstrosity. It's like, yeah, I don't know why the game feels like it's really just running rough right now. I don't think I experienced this earlier. I'm gonna restart the server. Let's see. Just want to make sure nothing weird's running. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like but I played it. I played it like last night and I didn't remember it feeling like that. It didn't feel like it was laggy. It definitely feels like there's memory leaks because it's like it runs really good when I first start it and then it seems like it starts to get more, you know, just I'm seeing some more, like I said, like when I created the character there and you like rotate the character model, like it definitely felt like it was a lot smoother previously, so. Oh, really? Yeah, well, thank God I can't stand AMD. I hate AMDs. Intel only, baby. Alright, I think we need to kill Goldtooth, I think. Yep. Back into the Cave of Death. You can see the weapon attacks is much slower. We still have a slower weapon. Let's try... I want to try evasion again, because that was weird that it said I was pacified. So let's see if we can pull an individual mob up here. And we're going to pop evasion. Right? Okay, evasion. Yeah, look. We can't use it. We can't do anything. Look, we're pacified. Yeah, so, yeah. Is there like a place where we can report errors in the Discord? Because that's a pretty big error, I would imagine. Maybe I need to go to the GitHub and report on the GitHub. I don't know, but that's, yeah, evasion's kind of broken. I'm looking for supporters. I would say evasion on rogue makes you pacified. So while your dodge is up, you cannot attack. I'll just put that in the supporter section. Yeah, but it's possible. but it seems really stupid. I mean, it's possible it could have worked that way. Okay, we gotta be careful here. This is where some mobs are gonna come through the floor or the ceiling. We're gonna aggroing like multiple mobs here. Right there. So you want to walk through here very carefully. I'm trying to see if I can aggro him. There we go, yeah. There we aggroed somebody. There he is. Yeah, so okay, I just responded. Yeah, so that okay, that's fine. I mean, that's the way it's meant to work. I mean, it's not something I'm going to use very often then. Yeah, but since I have the most overpowered ability in the game called Gouge, there's not much you could do right now that would make Rogue... I mean, Gouge is so incredibly strong because I can just gouge people over and over again. They can't do anything. They can't even attack me. So it's insanely strong. Let's go ahead and switch my bar here. We're going to put our healing potion on S. And then what else? There was something else. We got our bandage. I thought there was something... It was an ability. Just read dodge, block. Passive. Oh, I think it was just... No, we put physician down. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we did. So here's another funny thing. So check this out. So I have my main action bar up. If I want to use a bandage, I got to switch action bars, target myself, use my bandage. Now the effect of the healing doesn't occur until the end. At the end, I get 56 healing. So it's pretty interesting the way bandages work. What did I just do? What was that? Oh, I think I just used evasion. Shit. Like, what was that? That was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to stealth. Nope. Should have killed the other one first. Dead, dead, dead. So, 2 more mobs came up behind me and attacked me on top of the 2 I was attacking. Interesting. Yeah, and again, it's already like, I can feel like it's lagging again a little bit there. That kind of sucked. That sucked a lot because I went and killed him before I didn't run into that issue, so. But I think I was higher level too. Hmm. The Navigator mapping? What is that? What does that do? Pathing maps? Navigator. Said they've already implemented it. Says that Navigator has been integrated into the alpha project. Huh. Yeah, right here. Yeah. She's saying it doesn't, so it doesn't implement into my local server. Ah, well that sucks. So, and it connected to their server, which I don't. I did try their server, but I had a lot of lag. I had a lot of lag on their server. You know. I should be able to implement it on this one. You would think, right? Yeah, maybe I'll look into trying to implement it on my local one. You just gotta throw in the towel. Yeah, maybe I'll look into it. But I mean, I don't know how long I'll be playing this alpha. I mean, there are a lot of issues with it, so it's, you know, I mean, I actually have a protection paladin leveling series I'm doing over on Deviant Delight on vanilla that I want to get back to pretty soon because I have a lot of people that are probably interested in watching me finish that out. But I wanted to try this out and I want to get to a higher level. Like right now, you know, we're only level 8, so I wanted to see how high we could get. Just so we could start to see where some of these talents would start to pay off, you know. Protection, yeah. Protection spout is kind of my, you know. Well, here. Yeah, so here you go. If you go to my YouTube channel and just type in Protection Paladin and just start scrolling, man. Right? And you can just keep scrolling for a long time. I've probably done hundreds, if not thousands, of videos of me playing Protection Paladin in a while. So. Oh, this is before I was using reshade too. You can see how muted the colors are. Yeah. Yeah, Protection Paladin's kind of my jam. I mean, I'm really good with Protection Paladin. I'm very good with Melee Hunter. I'm really good with Rogue, Priest. Those are kind of my classes I play the most in vanilla. Scroll. We're not really getting. You know, another thing we haven't done. We haven't really upgraded my gear yet either. That's something we can do. You know, to make my character a little bit more tanky, because she's really got crappy gear right now. We're not really high enough level to get the mobs that we would like to hit. There's some areas where we can grind some leather out. I still can't believe I haven't. I mean, my other character by level 8, I had gotten like 6, 7, 8 bags. I mean, I had so many bags on this character. I can't seem to buy a bag. Yeah, well, my other character was like crazy. I mean, I had so many bags. I must have sold like 4 or 5 bags to the vendor. That's how many bags I was getting. It was ridiculous. I had blue ones, black ones, green ones. And this character's not having that kind of luck, so. So what we're doing right now is we're just trying to farm some leather, because we're actually going to craft ourselves some upgrades as well as, and just get our leather working up anyway. Ooh, wow, crappy boots. Come on, guys. Hmm. Still no bags. I'm not having good luck with the bags today. Hey, what's up, Lenny? Good morning. How you doing? The race. Oh, the race on the Tornazes. Oh yeah, I think I saw that. The run. Yeah, the bull charge. Yeah, the bull charge. It's like so OP. It's like ridiculously overpowered. Yeah, it's like insanely overpowered. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Cargos' video where he did that. I was like, oh man, because they used to have planes running, right, at some point, but that was something else altogether, you know.
There's nothing here to attack.
Uh-oh. We got 3 mobs on me again. And one of them's the Taskmaster. This is gonna be death. We're gonna die again. Take a healing potion, but it isn't gonna matter because no, we can't survive. Damn it. They keep coming through the walls. Damn. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I did my best. I took down one, tried to take down the other. Took a healing potion, but it wasn't enough, you know. Just... Yeah, well, this is the earliest client I've ever played before, Looney. This is the 0.5.3 Friends and Family client from 2003. So this is a... I don't know. I don't know if there's an earlier client than this. I don't think so. Oh, with the talent system. This has the pet talent system. Did they actually... Yeah, they did do the Warcraft engine initially, didn't they? And I think they scrapped it. So the talents for characters were based on the pets. So, oh, I just took a healing potion because I was on the wrong bar. Damn it! Ugh, I hate that. I hate that. So the talent system here, it's like how 100 Pets talent systems are in 1.12. You basically can train abilities, and there's multiple ranks. Yeah. So if I want to train Lightning Reflexes, rank 1 with 10 training points or talent points. Increase my defense by 1, which, as you guys know, is straight up garbage. Don't ever do that unless you're really trying to push defense. All right, so that was let's how much money do we have? 14 silver. Let's what's my we can't even see what my rating my leather rating. How about the vest? 11 armor. Mine's 11 armor. The boots are probably an upgrade. 11 armor. Yeah, mine are like zit crap. So let's go craft the boots. Except I don't have any. How do I not have any leather? Did I? How can I not even have leather? That seems weird. You gonna do some laundry dishes? All right, have a good one, man. Thanks. I will try to enjoy. I'll try not to get killed again by these mobs walking through walls. I mean, if the client they have doesn't do that, maybe I should be playing on that client. But I want to try to get that. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can get that add-on working. Let's see, downloads. It was this one. Hmm. I don't think we need all this stuff, but we'll grab that. What's music starting? The music we're listening to right now, or what do you mean? I'm gonna try to work on getting some leather so we can craft some leather items for my character. Oh, horde only. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, by the character I got was to level 10, but I kind of started over because I wanted to change my talents. You can't reset your talents on the server. So I had to start over, but there's definitely, my other character had leveled her leather working up quite a bit higher. And there was all kinds, like, you get all kinds of recipes. Like, I had, like, cure heavy hide and shit, even though my leather working was, like, only, like, 25 or something. So you can get, like, much higher level stuff before you even are anywhere near the skill to actually create any of it. No, I mean, how would you trade? You can't trade between characters in the same account. You know what I mean? And there's no mailbox. No mailbox exists in this version of WoW, so the only way you can move stuff is to trade, and it'd have to be, you know, 2 separate accounts. There's no guild bank. Besides, how would you even create a guild? You know what I mean? To create a guild, once again, you would have to have multiple accounts. But yeah, there's no guild. No guild bank. Oh, really? Your level up flash get damage? That's pretty funny. So I guess you want to wait for your level up against a bunch of mobs? All right, guys. I think that's it. I'm falling asleep. I'm tired. Yeah, it's grindy, man. But yeah, you look like on this character. Look, I've got like I'm missing 2 bag slots. I've got 15 silver and I'm level 9. Right, just to show you the difference. The RNG on this character has been really bad. You go to this character is only 1 level higher, right? Only 1 level higher. I have all bag slots. I also have much better gear. But I didn't like the talent points on this one. Like you can see, I've got I've already got like better pants. I've got leather gloves. I've got hand stitched leather boots. Yeah, but the rest of the gear is pretty much the same. So we're not that far ahead. But this character, I had already put talent points into evade, which was kind of garbage. But regeneration and shield defense are the ones that I picked up that I don't think I'm gonna want to go with. But we've almost caught up to that character. Yeah, good night, Looney. So we leveled this one to 10, and I realized I probably don't like where I'm going with the talents. So I re-rolled, and now I've got this one to level 9. We'll check it out. Hope you guys are having a good one. And then I'm going to be leveling back on the Deviant Delight probably tomorrow night. I'll be back on Deviant Delight probably tomorrow night, trying to get my Protection Paladin up. And I will catch you guys later. Hope everybody's having a good one. Peace out, man.